Please remain standing for the invocation to be given by Rabbi William Hornbacher.
We invoke thy blessings upon these thy children, assembled here to offer thanksgiving for the opportunity given to them, lilmod l'lamed lishmo v'la'asos l'kayim, to learn and transmit, observe, practice, and fulfill thy will and the precepts of thy Torah. Inoculate them, O Lord, with the radiance of thy Spirit, so that they may consecrate their daily deeds and thoughts to the spiritual and cultural needs of our people and our country. Grant the high school graduates of this great institution repository for Jewish learning and identity, the wisdom and the will to fully realize the manifold opportunities facing them as young members of an ancient people. Strengthen them in their devotion and help them to remain faithful to those ideals which were sacred to our forefathers in every age and generation. In pursuing the admonition of becoming our brother's keepers, let them resolve instead to become our brother's brothers. Let them learn to understand that the best lecturer is the Jewish heart. The best teacher is the eternity of time. The best book is the world of our God. And the best friend is God himself. Fortify us in our devotion to Yeshiva University, the incomparable and great tower of spiritual strength, which has become a treasure house of guidance and inspiration to Jews everywhere, and particularly to the young men and women who come to its doors to drink the waters of Israel's great heritage. Bless also those who devotedly gave of themselves to the cause of educating our young generation to the molding of Jewish character and to the inculcating of love for Torah and the fulfillment of mitzvos. Cast thy divine blessings upon this, our beloved country, the United States of America. Grant that in our days we witness the restoration of Israel to its glory of old, the preservation of the state of Israel as a viable nation among the nations of the world, living in harmony, peace, and security. May the remnants of Jacob and our persecuted brethren in the Soviet Union be planted on their own soil, the land of our prophets. Cause the book to conquer the sword, so that war and bloodshed may be banished for all time. Ve'yigal kamayim mishpot, u'tzdokah kenachal eison. Let justice well up as the waters, and righteousness as the mighty stream. Then Omar Omein, and let us say, Amen.
Please be seated. Dr. Belkin, Mr. Bendheim, honored guests, parents, friends, and last but hardly least, graduates. It is indeed with pleasure that I greet you and welcome you to the annual commencement exercises this evening. This past year was a momentous one indeed, whose high point was the Yom Kippur War, in which Israel, despite early setbacks, still emerged militarily victorious, if not triumphant, politically and economically. Much has been said and much has been written already about the far-reaching implications of that war, and some of its effects are already blatantly confronting us, such as the dethronement of the Golda Meir government and its replacement by a government that for the first time does not include the religious party in its coalition. The new attitude of the United States toward the Arab countries has reflected in the visits of Kissinger and Nixon. There is one word that has become popular in Israel today. You might call it a household word. It is the word ha-mechdal, ordinarily translated as oversight in its simple ordinary use, but which has now become an expression of a whole philosophy and attitude. In fact, a book entitled Ha-Mechdal has been written by a number of Israeli writers in which they delineate precisely what factors converge together to create the Mechdal. They point to three elements that characterized Israeli society which made it possible for the Arabs to launch the surprise attack on Yom Kippur. They are hasha'ananut, complacency and smugness, bitachon atzmi hamugzam, an exaggerated self-confidence that bordered on the arrogant, and zilzul bekoach ha'oyev, utter contempt for the power of the enemy. How does this relate to you graduates? American Jews have for some time now been aware that the college experience has become a rite of passage for nearly all American Jewish youth. Some estimate that close to 85% of Jewish college-aged youth attend colleges or universities, compared with approximately 40% of the general college-aged population. This awareness has led Jewish leaders and organizations to focus on the implications of such high college attendance on Jewish survival, and particularly to create a stronger Jewish presence in the campus environment to counteract what has generally been viewed to be the negative effect which the college experience has on the Jewishness of Jewish young people. The college campus has been described as a disaster area for Judaism, Jewish loyalty, and Jewish identity, in which the Jewish faculty member is overwhelmingly likely to be a model of Jewish alienation, longing for a post-Jewish world where humanism, science, and universal brotherhood shall reign supreme. While much has been done to counteract such negative influence through the creation of Jewish studies courses, programs, and departments in many universities, and the opening of kosher dining facilities on some campuses and the organization of sheurim, the basic dangers still exist. As you prepare to confront the college experience, especially those of you who will be attending colleges out of town, Ivy League schools, it is imperative that you be aware of the dangers to Judaism that lurk on these campuses. It is precisely because of the increase of different types of Jewish presences on campus that you may be lulled into a feeling of spiritual security which may be unwarranted. You may erroneously allow sha'ananut, a smugness about your spiritual strength, to grip you. Although you have spent 12 years in yeshivot, do not permit a bitchon atzmi mugzam, an exaggerated self-confidence in one's spiritual power, to overcome all challenges. We dare not be guilty of zilzul bekoach ha'oyev, contempt for the intellectual challenges that will face us. We cannot for one moment let our guard down or underestimate the tremendous responsibility that is ours in preserving our Jewishness in its pure, unadulterated form. Otherwise, we shall be contributing towards the creation of a spiritual mechdal that will play havoc with our lives and the future of Yahadut. We trust that the 12 years that you have spent in yeshivot will make it possible for you to meet the challenges that will face you in the future. May you always reflect glory on God, Torah, the Jewish people, and Eretz Yisrael. It is in this spirit that I congratulate you and wish you alu vehatzlichu. Mr. Charles Bendheim is the father and father-in-law of many alumni of various divisions of Yeshiva University. He is a member of the Board of Trustees of Yeshiva University and chairman of the high school board. It is a privilege to present Mr. Charles Bendheim for a greeting of welcome.
I want to welcome all graduates, parents, friends, and relatives of the graduates who came here this evening. My usual words of greeting have been here in the last few years that it's much too warm to make a long speech, and I don't think I'll be different this evening. Just want to wish all of you the best of luck, hatzlacha, and all good things for years to come. Thank you.
Before introducing Rabbi Weinbach, I would merely like to mention a few things about the present graduating class. Number one, I think it's the first graduating class in the history of our high schools that will be graduating without having taken the English Regents. This class has won 56 New York State scholarships. There were 23 alternates. There was a merit winner and 10 finalists, plus 28 letters of commendation. It is a privilege at this time to present Rabbi Weinbach, principal of both the boys and the girls' high schools.
Dr. Zuroff, I would like to present to you 152 candidates for graduation from the Yeshiva University High School for Girls and Boys of Manhattan. The audience is requested to withhold its applause until all the candidates have been presented. Mr. Alvin Rapp will present the candidates for graduation from the Yeshiva University High School for Girls. Mr. Rapp.
Please rise when your name is called and remain standing. Toby Bajnon, Sarah Bergman, Sarah Bernstein, Susan Bravman, Sarah Burstein, Janet Cohn, Helene Dressler, Victoria Eckstein, Judy Eisenman, Naomi Englard, Cheryl Goldsmith, Helen Gottfried, Sarah Hertzberg, Chaya Joseph, Yosifa Cohn, Tova Levin, Sherry Levy, Elaine Lumnitz, Tova Ness, Evelyn Rosenberg, Raina Rosenzweig, Goldie Rhoda, Sima Rudolph, Debbie Schiff, Aliza Schmutter, Madeline Schnur, Ruth Sipseiner, Cheryl Saskel, Ronnie Spilkey, Barbara Stiefel, Carol Teisch, Beth Thurkel, Elise Ward. I take great pleasure in presenting Ruth Sipseiner, who will deliver the valedictory address.
Kavod Hanasi Dr. Belkin, Menahalim Nechbadim, Morim Vaharim Yikarim, Achim Chashuvim, V'chaverot Chavivot. V'shem Kol Chaverotai HaMesayimot, Yesh li HaKavod Lahadot L'chulchem, Abolchem Hena Hayom, L'hishtatef B'simchatenu, Simchat HaSiyum. B'amdenu Hayom Osaf Tkufa Chadasha B'chayenu. אני מקווה שהלקח שלמדנו במוסדנו ישמש לנו צידה לדרכנו בעתיד. זכות נדירה וחבירה היא להיות עדים לקיומה של מדינת ישראל הצעירה ובעלת השורשים העתיקים. אנו שמחים בשמחתה, אך גם מצטערים ביחד איתה באסונות הרבים שהתרחשו בה בשנה האחרונה. הזכות הגדולה להיות עדי ראייה למאורעות היסטוריים המהווים מפנה חדש בתולדות עמנו מטיל עלינו גם חובות מיוחדות כדי שנהיה ראויים לראות בדרנו יותר מהחלטה דגאולה. לצערנו הגדול, רבים הם אלה אשר טחו עיניהם לראות את גודל השעה, ובמקום להישמע לכל מנהיגינו הרוחניים, השואבים חכמתם מבאר מים חיים של התורה, מנסים הם לשכוח את סוד קיומו הנצחי של עם ישראל, אשר בתור עם סגולה אינו יכול להתקיים כעם חילוני ככל הגויים. מעין רמז לבעיה זו, אנו מוצאים בפרשת השבוע הזה, פרשת קורח. גם קורח, אמנם מסיבות לגמרי שונות, מרד במנהיג דורו, במשה רבנו. רש"י שואל, קורח שפיקח היה, מה ראה לשטות זו? ורש"י עונה שאינו הדעתו. בקשר לזה אומר הרבי מקוד שאדם צריך תמיד לראות את הכל בשתי עיניו, וקורח הסתכל רק בעין אחת. לפי הרבי מקוד חייב אדם לראות בעין אחת את גדולת השם, ובעינו השנייה צריך לראות את שפלות עצמו ואת העובדה שאדם תלוי תמיד בחסדי הבורא. אדם כזה היה משה רבנו, הענב מכל אדם. היום אנו חיים בתקופה שבה מנהיגים רבים משתמשים רק בעין אחת, ומשום כך הם טועים ומטעים את הרבים. הרבה אנשים רואים היום את האדם כמרכז העולם, הם אינם מטים אוזן לדברי המנהיגים הרוחניים. אולם אנו למדנו להאמין בדברי חז"ל, מן מלכי רבנן. מה היה עונשו של קורח, שגישתו לפי הרבי מקוד הייתה חד צדדית, ראה את הכל רק בעין אחת. האדמה פתחה את פיה ובלעה אותו ואת עדתו. ברור לנו שבלי מנהיגות רוחנית ראויה לשמה, אנו עומדים גם היום בפני סכנה עצומה של מהפכה וחתירה תחת יסודות קיומנו הנצחי. אולם אנו מקווים שהקדוש ברוך הוא יעזור למנהיגי דורנו לפקוח את שתי עיניהם ולהבין שלא ככל הגויים עם ישראל. לאחר שסיימנו חוק לימודי הקודש במוסדנו, למדנו להסתכל בשתי עיניים שהשם חנן אותנו בהן, ומשום כך למדנו את המידה של דרך ארץ ביחס לרבותינו, מורינו והורינו. הדרכתם תשמש לנו צידה לדרכנו בעתיד. בשם כל חברותיי המסיימות, אני רואה חובה לעצמי להודות להורינו שהכניסו אותנו למוסד אשר העניק לנו לא רק ידיעות, כי אם גם השקפת עולם מקיפה וברורה המיוסדת על תורה, מצוות, מעשים טובים ואהבת ישראל. תודתנו להביא מובע על כל מנהלינו ומורינו שהגילו אותנו ללכת בדרך הישר, ואנו מתפללות להשם שיעזור לנו ללכת בדרך זו כל ימי חיינו. תודה.
Rabbi George Finkelstein will present the candidates for graduation from the Yeshiva University High School for Boys.
When your name is called, please rise and remain standing. Gary Adler, Mark Apfelbaum, Walter Alpceser, Owen Bergman, Robert Burko, Neil Barris, Herschel Besson, Mars Bienenfeld, Alan Bloom, Howard Bowley, Harold Bronsnick, Stephen Brown, Ira Cohn, Aaron Dagan, Sheldon DeLudy, Daniel Diller, Mordechai Eidelberg, Eidman, Alan Eisenman, Chaim Eliav, Barry Farkas, Danny Felber, Harry Feld, Sholem Feldblum, Mark Fessel, Harold Fluss, Howard Fogel, Kenneth Fried, Robert Friedman, Stuart Friedman, Harry Fruman, Avram Fuchs, Stuart Gang, Martin Gelber, Mark Gerstel, Robert Getman, Stephen Getzoff, Michael Goldberg, Mitchell Goldstein, Stephen Goldstein, David Gorelick, George Grabowski, Alan Greenwald, Jonathan Gribbets, Samuel Grossman, Jerry Haber, Kenneth Hamburger, Neil Herskowitz, Mitchell Herstick, Robert Hirsch, Mark Honig, Lester Jacobs, Simon Kahn, Henry Camioner, Emmanuel Canal, Avram Katz, Bennett Fair, Philip Clapper, Paul Klausner, Leo Klein, Philip Klein, Barry Coburn, Jonathan Kolach, Michael Komsky, Michael Cram, Joshua Lamb, Harold Landa, Stephen Landau, Eugene Lang, Robert Lebovitz, Stephen Lightman, Aaron Lenz, Saul Levine, Alan Lichtenstein, Sheldon Lindenfeld, Gary Menschel, Solomon Merkin, Gary Miller, Jonathan Nelson, Monty Nussbaum, Gary Orendlicher, Alvin Pasternak, Jacob Plorner, Alan Present, Barry Rosen, Philip Rosen, Robert Rosenblum, Jeffrey Rubin, Matthew Salomon, Avram Samuels, David Schreier, Alan Schachalter, Richard Seltzer, David Scher, Kenneth Siegel, Dov Silberberg, Harry Skydell, David Spett, Jonathan Stein, Avery Steinberg, Stanley Stern, Robert Tappett, Michael Taub, Mayor Topaz, David Versatsky, Alan Wachter, Arnold Wegg, Martin Weinberg, Samuel Weinglass, Baruch Weiss, Martin Weiss, Ralph Weiss, Sam Weisbard, Paul Weissman, Ira Wind, Barry Wolf, Lester Wallman, Stephen Younger, and Joseph Zupnik. Please be seated. I take great pleasure in presenting Philip Klein, who will deliver the valedictory address.
Dr. Belkin, revered rabbis, members of the administration, faculty, parents, and guests. We, the class of 1974, are completing what to us have thus far been the most important 4 years of our lives. We have gained a great deal of knowledge in our brief stay at Yeshiva University High School, but more important, we have matured from youngsters into men ready to enter into a cold and personal world, a world full of confusion and constant struggle, and the world in which it is most difficult to retain one's identity. However, our years in Yeshiva have adequately prepared us to confront the tumultuous society we are about to enter. We often find in the writings of our Chazal, our sages of blessed memory, the idea of Masei Avos Simon Lebanim, that what occurred to our patriarchs foreshadows what will occur to the later generations. Or more succinctly, the problems that society faces are ever-recurring ones, and their most perfect solutions are recorded in our holy texts. The one to whom this most appropriately applies is Yaakov Avinu, the patriarch Jacob. In his life, we observe the development of a man from a withdrawn Yaakov Ishtam Yosef Ohalim, a pious individual unto himself, to a Yisrael, an ambassador of God to the world. He had to overcome many obstacles before he finally found his place in society as a Yisrael. Similarly, we too must develop from a Yaakov into a Yisrael, from a stage of our personal observance of Judaism into a position where we can maintain our observance in face of the society in which we live, as well as inspire others by the example we set. This developmental process requires for its success a period of withdrawal, as typified by the verse, Vayivaser Yaakov Levado, and Jacob remained alone. It was only after this period of solitude that he was able to confront the culture of Esav and emerge victorious. Today, the years spent in yeshiva serve us as this period of isolation. A yeshiva education is one of withdrawal in terms of student body, curriculum, and rigid scheduling. Yet, this can only benefit the student. For the Jew, though an integral part of the world in which he lives, must nevertheless remain alone, retaining his identity. Furthermore, we live in an impersonal society where the yardstick of man's worth is his productivity, while his personal life and character are only secondary criteria. Morality and education are not necessarily correlated. Thus, a man might earn the respect of the community by excelling in the latter while failing in the former. The yeshiva system aspires to both develop the person and provide the student with a wealth of knowledge. This knowledge is not limited to the Judaic sphere, but includes as well the laboratory, the mathematical equation, and the annals of history, for these also contain the wisdom of God. Thus, the yeshiva, by providing the best of both worlds, merits for the producing agent of society the term man. Moreover, our modern technological age, with its emphasis on productivity and its neglect of the individual, has unfortunately caused the breakdown of the family and very often of the man himself. I hope that with our years in yeshiva, we will be able to fulfill the verse said in praise of Jacob, Ki sarisa im Elokim ve'im anashim v'atuchal, that we will be able to overcome any type of struggle, whether in the realm of ideas, human relations, or in attacking age-old philosophical and ideological questions. May we be privileged as the patriarch of old to transform our individual preparedness into positive actions on behalf of the Jewish community, so that it may be said of the graduates of June 1974 that they are truly Ma'aseh Yadai Lehispaer, developing the Almighty's handiwork and bringing Him honor. Thank you.
Dr. Zuroff, I respectfully request that you declare those who have completed the required course of study graduates and eligible to receive their diplomas.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as supervisor of the Yeshiva University High Schools, I hereby declare you graduates. My task at this particular moment is indeed a heart-warming one. Certainly, to the audience assembled here this evening, the name Dr. Belkin is a household word, for he has been universally acclaimed as a great scholar, educator, author, and master architect and builder of Yeshiva University. This year, Yeshiva is celebrating his 30th anniversary as president. The story of the growth and development of Yeshiva University needs no elaboration here. What I would like to do is to reminisce about Dr. Belkin as a Rabbi and professor of Greek. At that time, the word synthesis was a very popular word, for it represented the guiding philosophy of Yeshiva and Yeshiva College. There was much debate and discussion about the meaning of the term synthesis and how it manifested itself. For us, students of Dr. Belkin, the discussion was purely academic, for we saw the manifestation of synthesis in the personality and the very essence of Dr. Belkin himself when we heard shiurim from him in Yevomis, Bav Metzia, and Nedarim in the morning, and we studied Xenophon's Anabasis, Plato's Apology, and Ben Sira in the Greek in the afternoon. He taught us the beauty of holiness in the morning and the holiness of beauty in the afternoon. But he always emphasized and underscored the primacy of holiness over beauty and the preeminence of Torah over the wisdom of Hellas. 5 years ago, on the occasion of Dr. Belkin's 25th anniversary as president, the student body of the university presented him with a Sefer Torah as a gift. At this time, the administration, faculties, and students of the 4 Yeshiva University High Schools for boys and girls in Manhattan and Brooklyn are happy to present to Dr. Belkin a yad, a Torah pointer for his Sefer Torah. It is symbolic of the guiding hand that charted the destiny of Yeshiva University and, by implication, American Orthodoxy. May God grant you, Dr. Belkin, vigor of mind and heart, so that you may continue to point the way for the advancement of Torah, lahagdil Torah ulahadira. The inscription reads, Lechvod Harav Dr. Belkin Liyovlo Hashloshim Kinesi HaYeshiva Universita מאת המנהלים הרמים והתלמידים של התיכונים, א' תמוז תשל"ד. You may be seated. At this time, I would like to express our thanks and appreciation to the members of the administration, Dr. Belkin, of course, as president of the university, Rabbi Weinbach, principal of both the boys and girls schools, his assistants, the administrators, Rabbi Finkelstein and Mr. Rapp, members of the faculty and the secretariat headed by Rabbi Weinbach's right hand, Naomi, and certainly to you, the students, who contributed to a very highly successful academic year. Please rise for the benediction to be given by Rabbi Eli Greenwald and remain in your places until the procession has completed its withdrawal.
Ma yedidot mishkenotecha Hashem tzivakot, Lord of hosts, how beloved is thy dwelling place. It is with a sense of gratitude and appreciation for years well spent in the study of Jewish and secular knowledge in a Torah environment that these young men and women, graduates of Yeshiva University High School, take their leave. May they carry with them not only the pleasantness of associations they formed in high school, but also the bases and sacred values that they have begun to acquire. As they continue their educational and vocational pursuits, Yelechu mechayil el chayil, may they go from strength to strength, and through their deeds, their accomplishments, and the way they will lead their lives, Od Yehalalucha Selah, may they be a source of nachas to their loved ones and living praise to Almighty God.
Please join in the singing of the Hatikvah. All of